Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hermitcraft. Last time we got a whole bunch of stuff ready out here at the golf course for the Ryder Cup, which took place on Wednesday. And yeah, it turns out that we actually have another day. We will be completing the Ryder Cup because we had a little bit of a late start on Wednesday, but it was a lot of fun, and I want to share with you guys a little bit of a recap on what happened with the Ryder Cup. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the footage from the Ryder Cup. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Ryder Cup recap. So we started off the day just doing some practice shots. You know, we had to wait for Asuma, who was running a little bit late, and we also got in a very patriotic mood by playing a couple of classic American songs, such as So after that song got us in the patriotic mood to represent the U.S., we were ready to tee off once everybody showed up. And yeah, basically I'll just go through every hole here a little bit. So first hole was won by Europe. So right off the bat, they had a great hole. Asuma made a great shot on the second shot into the first hole green, and they made a birdie, and the USA was a little bit slow out of the gate. So we were already down by one after the first hole. Second hole, we tied. We both, I think, made a birdie on the second hole. It's a pretty easy hole. It's a pretty short hole, so makes sense. All right, third hole, par 3, short hole. I decided to whip out my pufferfish here to see if we could get one back. You know, at this point, we're one down. We need a little boost. So I put down my pufferfish, and turns out both Asuma and False had a good shot, but Asuma had what probably is the shot of the day. Let me just show you what it was like right here.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh, there we go.
I can't see.
I mean, it might have helped. Oh, my goodness me!
What?
Wait.
So impossible. Come on.
We got this.
Jeez.
We got this.
So Europe went on to make a birdie on that hole, and we just barely missed our birdie attempt for the USA. And so we were down 2 with 3 holes gone, and we were pretty much shell-shocked, guys. We knew we had to respond in some way. And we did so on the 4th hole with some pretty loud music.
I'm going to stand in the middle, and then I'll tell you what. I'm going to aim above.
Oh,
there's
man,
there's like a little ridge where there's 2 blocks in the middle that's slightly higher, like aiming straight around here. I'm going to aim.
And I think that our music tactic might have affected Europe a little bit because they hit it into a tree, then they had to punch out into the fairway, then they hit a rock, and the U.S. ended up winning the 4th hole. Thanks to a decent second shot by Joe and a good drive by Scar. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. So we were only 1 down at that point heading into the 5th hole. All right, 5th hole was the fire barrage hole.
Fire charge and...
Hopefully that hits land. Hit land somewhere. Come on. So as you can tell from that, the fire barrage is a pretty tough obstacle, and both teams struggled. Both teams made double bogey, actually. But that means we tied, and Europe remained 1 up. Moving on to the 6th hole. 6th hole was the hole with fishing rods, so we jerked some people around the tee box a little bit, but didn't seem to have much of an effect. Both teams hit okay tee shots, and then okay second shots. Then we both had each other eat chorus fruit on the green, in hopes that it would help. It helped Europe a little bit, as you can see right here. It's fruit here.
Oh, damn! I was going to be quick. I like the way you just walked right in front of me and said that.
Oh, what? Come on. I made it even easier.
I'm taking my next shot.
We're 46.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
So that's free for us, right?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, yep. So we got to make it in 2
We
shots.
use the snowballs as practice here.
Yeah.
That was so cheeky.
It was a good idea though. That's what I should be using the snowballs for.
We're like both teams have got snowballs now, so
Yeah.
you know, use them wisely.
Think right there. Yeah, break the flag, Scar.
A little bit more to the left, I think.
Quiet.
I think you should get higher, just up into the sky or something.
Oh, nice.
I am.
Chorus
I'm
fruit,
2
chorus
blocks
fruit,
shy.
chorus fruit.
Hold on. Let me shoot
Chorus
it.
fruit.
Scar, watch out, man. Watch out.
Yeah, moving.
Move the banner. I might hit the banner.
This horse is
Okay,
getting
hold on.
crazy.
I'm just planning to make this. Right here, one time. Oh, nope.
Okay, I called chorus fruit on your next shot.
All right, chorus fruit. Chorus fruit.
All right, I'll eat
Well, what
it.
if they end up in the hole though?
Yeah, well,
risk you're willing to take.
goodness.
Oh,
Oh.
It's been made more difficult.
okay. So
That's
I
perfect.
think I'm on that block.
Oh, that looks
yeah,
good.
we should
Oh,
probably.
that looks
Man, I don't know. This is gonna be hard now.
Well, shouldn't I just hit the stick?
Yeah, the problem is it's on the hole's on the other side though.
I'll do. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the stick and I'm gonna do a swirly down the pole. How about
Okay,
that?
go for it.
I got this. I got this.
Fancy.
Watch this. This is magic. No, no!
Nope.
Almost. You
I did not do my swirly pole move.
All right, I think I can.
Cub's got a different strategy, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, well
There we
done.
go. Nice.
All right, so we
Well
tied.
done.
Tied on that one. So the 6th hole tied, and the 7th hole was a little bit rough as the U.S. Actually found themselves under a tree inside of a canyon. So that was a little bit of a disadvantage, and U.S. ended up losing the 7th hole pretty badly. So that was that hole. Then on to the 8th hole. So Europe is up by 2 at this point. 8th hole, we had to eat a suspicious stew, and I decided to eat mine and take a look at what happened.
Oh, Ender Pearl's a good way to take damage.
All right, here we go. I'm going.
Why
Oh,
do I keep
it's
using
blindness. It's blindness. Taking a blind shot.
Oh, that was very
Oh man. Okay, actually not too
So if it's-
bad.
If it's
Not
if
too
it's
bad.
blindness, you know you want to aim beforehand, I guess.
From that spot, Joe Hills had a great shot into the green, and Europe missed both of their shots, so we tied the hole on the 8th hole, so we were lucky to escape there with the tie. And Europe is still 2 up, heading into the 9th hole, where we had all the campfires placed down for the smoke screen. And to make a long story short, on the 9th hole, we also tied that one. So it was pretty close. Could have gone either way, really. And so that brings us to where we are now. So that is where things stand right now. Europe has 3 points, and the USA has 1 point. So USA needs to have a pretty good back nine to win the cup. So there's 9 holes left, and we're down by 2. So hopefully we can make some type of comeback on the back nine. I'm very hopeful we can. And in case you guys want to see the back nine of the Ryder Cup live, you can do so. I will be streaming that Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. So yeah, same people, same teams. And yeah, we'll be playing the final 9 holes. So the exciting conclusion of the Ryder Cup. Hopefully we can come back and win it for the USA. It was a lot of fun though. Definitely a lot of really cool mechanics were added with the chorus fruit and the puffer fish and stuff. Yeah, the fishing rods and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys can join us on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern for that. Should be a lot of fun. But for now, we're actually going to head back to the minigame area, the Ravagers Run minigame, and work a little bit on that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ravagers Run minigame. Last time we completed a whole bunch of these facades around the area, and yeah, a lot of these buildings have sort of come to life here in the recent days and weeks. We also added a gate. We added the park you just saw there in the park area, I guess, over here. Not really sure what to call it, but I guess, yeah, the park district over here. And then we have over here a stage with a secret tunnel in it and a whole bunch more facades here. But there's still more work to do. There's still more facades to get completed, still more building fronts to complete. So I want to try and get all these potentially done today. So that way we'll be done with the largest grinding portion of this structure and this build. So we need to get all these areas, need to have all these have facades on the buildings. And we're probably going to need to move these two things apart here. We'll probably have to move this forward a couple blocks here because that's a little bit too close with how I'm building the buildings and how we're putting windows and doors and stuff inside of all the buildings. So let's just go ahead and get this done, I say. We're going to be here for probably another 2 days in real life building this because it does take quite some time to build up these structures and these facades across all the different buildings. This is a nice view up here, isn't it? It's one of the highest points in the whole cityscape. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this, and I'll be right back. So a quick time lapse here on building some of the facades. So basically I use the scaffolding block here quite extensively and go from the bottom to the top, as you can see. By the way, I just want to note that we use iron bars here because glass doesn't look as good. That's pretty much the only reason. Glass just does not look as good as iron bars in this situation. And then here I am building up a few more scaffolding right here. It takes about 10 minutes to build up each separate color of terracotta. So yeah, not too shabby. And that's basically the whole process right there. So yeah, we're just finishing this up here, putting some terracotta down on the backside, and then we also have to get rid of the scaffolding once we're done with the front facade. Ladies and gentlemen, at long last, we have all the building facades complete. That is, all building facades that are not going to be part of houses. They are now complete. So we got all these done, all these done. I make my way down here along the main street. We got these done here. We also have a bakery down here with some cakes, as you can see right there. I'll get to that in a second. And we have all these done, and everything around this square right here is also complete. So looking pretty nice, looking pretty nice. Feels great to have these facades done. These facades took me about a week in real life to get done, all combined. So yeah, quite a lot of material and a lot of time went into making these facades, but we're not quite done yet. We still have some other things to do. First thing we need to do is we need to get this plaza figured out, because right now you see there's actually like a way you could actually like escape the map, basically. If you walk down here and then just like walk out. So gotta fix that for sure. We need to level this out a little bit, so we'll probably bring the level of this up to at least here, because we want this to be probably as flat as possible in this area. I'm trying to think what we could put here. We could put a bigger park here, perhaps, or maybe, I don't know, we could build up some more building facades here if we really wanted to. But I'll think of something to put here, and we'll put that in this location to make sure players like can't get out and Ravagers can't get out. Also, I just want to mention one other thing about this bakery. See here we have a sign that says Concourt Bakery, and believe it or not, this is actually a small shortcut. So not only do players have the option of eating some cake here if they happen to get hungry, but let's say a Ravager was like right here. Okay, there's our Ravager. And yeah, you were in this area here, and you wanted to get past the Ravager. So you could try and just like go straight through him and past him this way, because this is the only way out of this whole area here, this whole loop. You could do that, or there's now a little shortcut here you can take through the bakery. All you gotta do is hit this button, walk through here, and then you come out the door on this side. And that's how you can sort of get around the Ravager and then hightail it this way before he starts to chase you down this main avenue here. So yeah, that's just another little shortcut. So that's our second little shortcut. A bit smaller than the other one, but yeah, it still works pretty well, I think. So that's pretty great. And I may also connect this up to the house here. That's going to go right here. So yeah, that is that. Also, one other thing we've done here, we actually have built some lore up with this town. And so the idea that we came up with is that this town is actually the town of trader villagers. So we have a little bit of a trader villager right up there. You can see him. He's the wandering trader up here. So we got the wandering trader head on an armor stand. He's holding an emerald block. So keeping with the idea of the wandering traders inhabiting this city, I think it might be cool if we had, instead of a park here, maybe a market where there was a couple little shops, or a couple little stalls rather, that sold goods. I think that would be cool. Obviously they won't really sell anything. Like, we're not really going to be selling anything here in these stalls, but they're just going to be like an aesthetic thing that we can use to sort of complete the middle of this area rather than having it be a giant grass patch. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this market area here. Probably going to have to level this out a little bit, but hopefully we can make this thing work. So give me a minute here. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, like a wandering trader, we decided to leave the market behind and instead go with a homage to the wandering traders themselves. So we got two giant wandering trader statues right here. So yeah, we can see this is the wandering trader. He's got his big blue cloak. He's got his red and yellow colors. He's got his brown belt right there where he holds all of his items, presumably. He's got a milk bucket over here, and of course he has a little bit of a lantern right there. So yeah, that's what we went with. And they're all on like pedestals here in a plaza of stripped jungle logs and stripped jungle wood. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I think you can identify it as the Wandering Trader if you've seen the Wandering Trader in game. So that's really nice. And yeah, we also have these little like sort of guard statues here with the lectern and the upside down grindstone. So I think those are really cool too. There's a nice little like detail. You have to sort of use your imagination, like if this is the arms here. Right here, this is the arms, and then you got the ears right there, and this is the face type thing. So you got to really use your imagination, but I think it makes like good little like mini guards around here for this plaza area. And the whole area I think just looks really nice and is nice and open still. Like there's structures here, but it also remains quite open, so the players and the Ravagers can run around and not interfere with, like not be blocked by the environment in a significant way. Except, you know, there is some areas like back here, there's like a one wide gap the player can traverse where the beast couldn't, I guess. But other than that, everything should be good here. I'm really digging the way this area has come out, and I'm liking the Wandering Trader idea we came up with during the stream. That's super cool. The only thing I'm worried about here, let me just eat something real quick. Only thing I'm worried about here is this fall. So this is a 3-block fall. Let me take off my shoes. You see right here, I don't take damage if I just simply walk off of it, because it's only 3 blocks tall. But if I jump off of this, then I think I will take, yeah, half a heart of damage, because I fall 4 blocks then instead of 3. Now, I don't think the Ravager can take damage off of this, but we do need to test that, because we don't want, you know, Ravagers continually taking half a heart of damage over time. That would not be ideal. And also, I want to test out one other thing down here. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. Super cool when you come into this area, yeah. So I want to test out one other thing, and that is, do the Ravagers, when they come down these steps here, do they sort of run off and take damage like that? Or do they just simply like walk down like a player does and take no damage? That's the other thing we have to test. So we're going to test that out real quick, make sure the Ravagers don't take damage. So I'll jump into a creative test world, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're in a creative test world here. We got our stairs down. Let's go ahead and do the first test for the Ravager here. We'll go ahead and switch ourselves to game mode survival. Wait until he's on us. There he is. Yeah, he just comes straight down. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Alright, final test with the Ravager. Hopefully this works. Hopefully they just walk right off of this 3 tall gap here without taking any damage, but we will see. So let's go ahead and put this guy down. We'll go ahead and do game mode survival. Hopefully get his attention. And yeah, he took no damage, so we're good. So with those successful tests, I think we can say that the Ravagers are going to be at least somewhat safe within this cityscape, and we shouldn't have to keep on replenishing them because they take fall damage or suffocation damage somewhere. So yeah, hopefully that is the case. And I've also cleared out all of the shulker mess we had down here in front of the park, so all this stuff has now been sorted back at Concorp, and yeah, we're now ready to move on to the next phase of the project, which is the house building. So we have to build houses with interiors that players can go into and retrieve certain items. So that'll be the next step, but unfortunately, guys, that is going to have to wait for another day because I'm out of time for this episode. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, be sure to hit subscribe. Also ring the bell so you get notified when I upload next. Anyways, for now, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye. Hey, are you subscribed to this channel yet? If not, hit the subscribe button. And also, don't forget, ring the bell to get notified when I upload. Only cool people ring the bell. So be cool and hit that notification bell. Thank you, and God bless.